Hey, how's it going everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic day, and it was brought to my attention today that in the most recent Hugo Martin director playthrough, he directly responded to the video I made talking about why Horde Mode didn't really appeal to me. And first of all, the reason I didn't catch this live is because these streams usually go on at like 1 AM my time, and they usually run for like 3 or 4 hours, so I've started to skip them. It's just I can't lose my sleep over these, so I do tend to miss these, but yeah, apparently he talked about my video, and I want to preface this by saying when I did make that video, it was out of respect. I have a lot of respect for Hugo and the team at Ada and everybody who contributed to 666. It's a fantastic update, and it's really what the community needed. Now, I wouldn't say my video was negative. It was critical, but it was kind of more of a, this is why it doesn't appeal to me. I didn't say it was bad. I even praised the mode in the video, saying that it's really well made, it's well polished, and I can see why people have fun with it. But here's the reasons why it's not particularly fun for me. I would say the video was completely respectful in those opinions, and I don't think I was being negative. And I expect that this will probably be the same, but it'll be interesting to see from a creator's standpoint why they made the decisions they made. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to watching this.
There's a video that what the hell is his name? Bumstein, or I'm not saying that right. I actually just wanna.
If that's not a name.
Hang on, did he refer to me as Bumstein? If he's talking about me, this will be hilarious.
Claim it. Get on Bumstein, guys. Get that. Gobble that.
Wait,
avatar.
it's
Bumstein's good. I subscribe. It's too late. He's a real person.
He's gonna laugh.
Yeah,
he's gonna laugh that I said that.
Like, his name is Bumplestim. It's still. I don't know what is his name. Now we gotta get it.
Oh, it's Butchimus.
He was talking about me. Bumstein, that's amazing. Thank you, Hugo.
and in it, he, I get
Close.
it. Like, the lesson we learned from Tag 2, guys, is that first of all, you're not gonna make everybody happy. This is a big shocker. Not everybody loves playing master levels. Yeah, because they're really fucking hard.
Yeah.
So like they are made. I love that we are allowed to make catered content to the very top tier player base.
Yes.
And if anybody has noticed, the master levels that we just released are some of our most polished experiences. I hope you can see the effort from the team dripping off those modes, the coats of wax. You could feel it. Mm-hmm. Huge shout out to all of the guys who worked on those, and in particular, I mean, World Spear, Brandon Souders.
You compare the current master levels, like the two we got, Taras Nabad, Super Gornest, and compare them to the master levels we got at launch, like Cultist Base and Arc Complex. Like the new ones, there's so much more love, care, and creativity put into them. That's absolutely true.
That is just pure effort in free content a year and a half after launch from a team that really loves you guys.
I did also praise the Horde mode for being free. I forgot to add that, but I did praise that too.
Okay, so how do we entertain that audience who's just been sweating?
Yeah.
Playing the sweat box and PB Rocket did this. It's just give them the unique way to engage with the mode. That's my favorite part of Horde mode. It's a unique way, and it is arcade Horde. Like, I think
totally.
I think you and I both agreed like that would actually be a perfect name for it. Like arcade Horde. So yeah, and we know, just to acknowledge like some of the criticism from the speedrunning community. I am aware that that RNG compromises the integrity, not the integrity, but like your ability to consistently get like a perfect run. Absolutely. Right. Because some of the luck that is involved is part of the experience. But also it does make it more fun. Like being able to, after a year and a half, 2 years of PB rocketing with your core kit, how do you fight a Marauder with nothing but a combat shotgun? Like that's, and a rocket, like a rocket launcher.
And how about the next time you play it, you have a different tool set,
something
and then
else.
It's a different challenge.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
100%. And with our system, like, so that proved to be at this stage, especially launching with 2 huge master levels that are chock full of just to the brim content of hard, bathe in the combat waves of demons. It's like Horde,
Yeah.
So we're there, and guys, you have to pick and choose. We only.
Yeah, that's kind of a point I made in the video, that like if I could boot up the Ancient Gods Part 1, it kind of feels more like playing a Horde, or a Master level kind of feels more like playing an actual Horde than the Horde mode that we got.
Only have so much time and so much schedule, you know, to do this stuff, and it's free, like, you know, so like it's I wanted to focus on that. I wanted to focus on giving people a new way, and I spoke with some of the community too, and they definitely favored the RNG component of going that route while we were developing Horde, you know, like the funness of that, like just changing it up. I would say that the to the fans who want just random enemy spawns every time, our content is our combat encounters take a long time to set up because we curate the encounters, and I'm sure that the modders can relate to this, that when you randomize things with our advanced demons like the Spirit and the Curse Prowler and all of those things, you can make people hate those fucking things.
This was something I did think about since making the video. Like, let's say if I think about Call of Duty's Zombies Horde, it's basically just waves and waves and waves of zombies, right? The odd time you'll get a boss in there or a power zombie, but it's basically just zombies each round. Whereas with Eternal's Horde, it's a mixed bag, and a lot more planning and thinking goes into it, and execution. The AI is much more complex than just zombies that run at you. So I understand thinking now why, randomized enemies would be really hard to pull off in this game, because if you did get something like a round just of marauders or whatever, that would be just pain. I can't remember in the video if I said I wanted randomized enemies, but again, if I didn't make my point clear that I didn't want that. So yeah, I understand why it would be really fucking hard for Eternal to have randomized enemies.
Because like I am working with the team, and we are collaborating on. Josh knows, like we have fucking conversations. We're talking about like the seconds of when a Hell Knight comes in. Like, no. Maybe the Hell Knight doesn't come in until the Hell... So we determine when an AI will enter the arena based on sometimes the amount of health that a current heavy has. So you guys all know this. I'm preaching to the choir because you guys know the combat so well. And to the modders out there, you guys know how to do this. It's like, if there's a Baron, we'll actually say, okay, like when the Baron is at least this is what we do internally. When the Baron is at 50% health, then we'll bring in the Marauder. No, 75. You know, like, okay. And then when the Marauder is just dead, we'll put a 3-second delay to have a Spirit come in. You know what I mean? Like, no, let's do it right away. Like, that's how nuanced the combat discussions are here. That
goes back to the point I was just thinking, like, zombies in, COD's Horde, they're just kind of sort of mindless. Obviously, they're an AI. Obviously, it's more complicated than I can comprehend, but it doesn't seem as meticulously crafted as Eternals appears to be, and I think Hugo just kind of confirmed that, like, a lot of planning goes into making a Horde mode.
That's how handcrafted
with Eternals AI.
Every single encounter is for you. You know when it doesn't feel that way. Elements of Tag 2 at ship, you know, when there's just a dozen imps that come out, that doesn't really feel like it was, hand stitched. It feels a little belched, And when I play the encounters internally, I can feel when the encounters are belched. I can feel it. Like, dude, this is just vomiting dudes at me. This is not fun.
Right.
So the idea that we would be able to have the time to programmatically come up with a system that just like randomizes things, but like B, that would be good for an entire, you know what I mean? Like, you may end up with like, hey, bro, I just got 3 fucking Curse Prowlers in a row. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that does not sound fun at all. I think a point I had in the video was basically that the Horde mode kind of ends when it gets to the fun part. When you get all your weapons unlocked, you only really get to toy around with them then for like 15 or 20 minutes. So I think realistically what I would like would be just, 10 more waves at the end, 15, 20. I think that was, I don't know if I got that point across as well, but that's kind of what I was aiming at. Endless would be fantastic, and I used the word endless in the video. I'm not going to say I didn't, but realistically I think it would be like, if I had 10 more waves being like this super powered Slayer, it would have been beautiful.
Fuck those things.
Is some RNG... Did we take some risks with making some RNG for like the weapons? Of course we did. But why did we make those decisions? You just explained it perfectly. Because...
What?
At this point in the
finish.
game, with where our players are at, even with new people coming in, with being able to choose the skill level versions of that and having the 3 extra lives to start, it's like the whole idea is it's not only a combat puzzle worth your time, but the differences in it don't change the way that you want that curated experience to feel. Like having the fucking peaks and valleys, which is like such a huge part of what DLC taught us, and we taught ourselves, and we got the community feedback, and we made the changes. It's like
100%.
That's
And I get that. I said in the video I get why they went with randomized weapons. I just wasn't particularly the biggest fan, because you spend more times with your random weapons than you do with the full arsenal. And again, I get what they were going for. I think this issue, and again, it's not a huge issue, but if the end game was longer, I wouldn't mind going through the early stage again. Does that make sense? If we had more waves at the end, I wouldn't mind redoing the random weapons section.
why we landed here. And again, it's like that's what felt the best when we, tried all these things a million times, right?
And so like exactly, and random arenas after arenas is of randomly shifting AI. We lose the ability to curate the combat.
Oh, thank you, Steel Series, for the update.
But anyway, yeah, so then in Butchimus's video, who loves our game and we love him, and that's his opinion.
Yeah, I 100% have huge respect for these guys. I love you too. I love you both, Hugo and Joshua, and everybody else who worked on this update. It goes back and forth.
And he was very respectful in giving his opinion.
Quickly, I'm just really happy that the video came across as respectful to Hugo. That was the point. There was some jokey and memey elements in there, but that's just to keep the video in a lightish mood. Again, it was respectful. I didn't want to be negative. I didn't want to cause any drama or, anything stupid like that. And I'm glad that he took it as just an opinion, because I said myself in the video, it's just an opinion, and I'm not trying to stray people away from Horde Mode. If you love it, continue to play it, continue to love it.
Mm-hmm.
He also says, I'm interrupted with this flow and this, and then I have to do a puzzle, and then there's a reward screen, and blah blah blah, and all I want to do is just bathe in the combat and just fight waves of demons, and after this one I'm just gonna go play a master level. And I was like, exactly. Just that we made that too.
So you want the
we
thing
made that for you.
That's also in there. You just want it. It's like, exactly. It's like,
I mean, they got me, but I did say it myself, okay? They got me though, yeah. I did admit that. I was like, I just want to fucking kill everything. I'll just go play a master level or something. And they're like, yeah, go do it. I do still stand by my point that these screens kill the flow. I wish I could turn them off, because when you go from a wave level to the blitz level to the bonus level back to the waves, they pop up like 2 or 3 times each. So you have to see these screens like, 6 times, 9 times in the space of like 2 minutes. And it just, see, I have gamer brain. I just need to go non-stop. I need to all out action 24/7. And see, when I go back to the campaign, there's cutscenes and there's moments where you have to stop and do these pickup things, and I know you can skip some of them, but it's like with Horde Mode, I was wishing it was just 100 miles per hour all the time, and then these things just kill the flow for me.
like that's why you have these different pools, right?
Yeah,
to play in.
I completely
100%.
understand.
Yeah,
absolutely. There's different pools, and master levels don't appeal to everybody. Battle mode doesn't appeal to everybody. It's people don't care about some of these modes, and they're still valid. It doesn't mean they're bad modes. They don't care about it. They prefer something else that this game offers, and it's basically the same way I view Horde. It just doesn't appeal to me. I would prefer to play the DLC or play the master level, so I'll just go do that instead. All in all, after this whole interaction, did I learn anything new? Not particularly, but just a lot of things have been reconfirmed. Basically, these guys really love the game that they've created. They play their own game, and that they are very meticulous and very nuanced with their decision making, and everything is very carefully crafted, and a lot of thought and love and care goes into their decision making. I do have some fresh perspective and insight into the design choices behind Horde Mode, but as a player, does it change my opinion? No, not really. It just still doesn't appeal to me. And like I've said, and like the guy said, I can just go play master levels and have fun there. Horde mode is not bad, it just doesn't really appeal to me as a player. If they add more waves in a future update, sure, but right now I think I'll just stick to playing Tag 1 or Master levels. Which is kind of ironic because before this update I was really looking forward to the Horde mode way more than I was looking forward to the Master levels. Maybe I'll come around to it in the future, but who knows. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. It's gone on way longer than I thought it would. But thank you all for watching if you made it this far. Hugo and Josh, if you do happen to watch this video, thank you for taking the time to watch my previous one and, you know, have this discussion back and forth. I really appreciate it. But that's going to do it for today. My name is Bumstein, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.